Hi, I'm Marianne Gudak. This is part 2 of episode 2. I'm sweating. That part 1 wasn't easy. I'm also doing this without a script, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here, and hopefully can get everything that's going on in my brain. So we talked in the first part about sexual abuse and keeping secrets. Jason Portnoy, in his book Silicon Valley Porn Star, talks a lot about what keeping secrets does and how it takes your power away from you. And when I say that, when it takes your power away from you, it takes everything else away from you. It can eventually lead to taking everything that means anything away from you. Secrets are deadly. They're black. The way I would describe them is like hot lava. They're always deep down inside and they fester. They stay red hot and fester. And at some point, they're going to erupt. At some point, you've got to get that out. Because if you don't, you will die with that darkness and blackness down deep inside of you. So, yeah, it's pretty brave, right? To get on YouTube and talk publicly about something that I would say maybe 3 people in my life know about. But this is all part of the whole life coaching agenda. You know, it's freeing us, freeing our spirits and our souls, exposing that so that we can live healthy and whole and not be ashamed of our past or our present, that we can open up, and that when we open up, that's when we can allow good things to come to us, good things to enter our bodies and our spirits. When we hold on to those secrets, those ugly things in our lives, we tighten up, to hold it in. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to expose it. So we're tight. We can't allow the spirit in. We can't allow the universe in. Can't allow good things in. Whatever that higher power is that you believe in cannot enter us when we are tight and protecting ourselves. We have to be able to open ourselves up and allow the good in. Part of that is by breathing. Breathing is extremely important. If you think about this, we start life with a breath. We end life with a breath. That's how important breathing is. If we're holding things in, if we're tight, notice how you're breathing. It's these very shallow breaths. It's you're not expanding your lungs. You're not opening up. You're just surviving. That's grief. I talk about that a lot in my posts about breathing, and that after Whitney was killed, that I couldn't breathe. Well, that's part of it. When you are in the deepest, darkest pits of hell, of grief, you can't breathe. You know, it's you're tight and your breaths are shallow, and you literally can't breathe. one of the great things that I have learned with life coaching is an ability to get up in the morning, to open your arms up, to open your chest up, to take big, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, and expand your chest, put your shoulders back, put your chin up, allow that breath to come into you, allow the Spirit to come into you, let yourself be vulnerable, and allow good things to enter. So I'm going to talk to you about what happens to us when we don't talk about those things that happen to us when we're younger. Specifically, I'll just talk, say sexual abuse, since that's kind of the topic that we're on. So what happens is that we hold this in. So then because we're holding it in and it's deep inside of us and it's festering, we become the victim. We have this, and it's an automatic for our brains, that we're just going to hold on to that memory, to that incident. I'm not going to share it with anybody. We think we're doing great, but it makes us become the victim of the person that was the perpetrator or the incident. And so then whether it comes out in your marriage because it affects your marriage or whatever, it deters you to be your best person, then it leaves you powerless. When you are a victim, it leaves you powerless. That's part of being a victim, right? So the only way to get past that is to have an understanding that every circumstance that happens to us, we have to find whatever kind of responsibility that we can take or feel like that we have in that incident, because every circumstance that happens to us, we do have some responsibility. Now, I know that's going to sound crazy, because when you're an 8-year-old child, how can you have responsibility in something like that, right? So here's where I'm going to go with this. You didn't have responsibility in that action that happened to you. The responsibility comes in that you haven't done anything with that you've allowed that to stay deep inside, and that you haven't talked about it, or haven't allowed that to come out. That's the responsibility in it. So when that happens, once again, that makes you the victim. So, okay, now you've taken the responsibility, right? You've taken the responsibility of, okay, yeah, I probably should have come out with that. I probably should have said something. So then what you need to do is you need to have the understanding that by keeping that in, who are you giving the power to? You are then giving the power to the perpetrator. You're giving the power to the incident. And they hold that power over you, because here's the thing. That person may have gone on in their life And maybe it never happened again. Maybe it happened multiple times. But he doesn't give a crap about you. Guarantee it, because, you're not going to say anything, and you're too embarrassed to say anything. And so it certainly doesn't hurt that person. The only person that it hurts is yourself. By not getting it out, by not talking about it, by not letting go of it, you are giving them your power. And until you take your power back, until you open up, until you talk about it, until you are able to say, you know what, you piece of crap, I'm not responsible for your actions, and I'm letting this go. And even if I had a part in that, even if I played a part in that I was so young that I really didn't know any better, I played a part in it because I felt trapped. I played a part in it because I felt guilty. I was naive. No matter what, if you didn't ask for it, if you didn't agree to it, if you any of those things, if you didn't want it, then it's not your fault. And so we have to get our power back by having the understanding that we don't want to keep giving that perpetrator our power. We want to take it back. And by taking that power back, you can let it go. You can be free from all of that. And you can talk about it. You can get on YouTube and talk about it. And you can talk to other people about it. Talk about, your experience. Help someone else that has been through something like this so that they can be brave enough to get it out and let it go. So that is probably like the biggest thing that I wanted to say in this is that you can get your power back. And it is really, really freeing, and it is really, really important. And it is important for you to understand your value, that you were valued before you came here. You were valued the second that you were born, and you are valued now. No matter what has happened in your life, the Lord sees you in that same value as he saw you the second you were born. Those things that happen in our life do not make us any less, and they don't take your value away from you. Don't live with things that you feel like make you feel less than you should be, because you are so important, and your every breath is of value. So if I can help you in any way, I really would like you to leave your comments on this YouTube. Tell me your experiences. You can email me, m.m Gudac, Gudac, at gmail.com. If you want to talk to me about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Leave comments in the comment box below in YouTube. I'd like to hear your stories. I'd like to know your comments, good or bad. You know, if you feel like I'm completely off my rocker, you can tell me that. But it helps me to hear what you have to say, so that I can help you, and that I can do research, that I can do everything that's possible to help you in whatever situation that you're in. So please, 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 please leave your comments for me. Also, you can go to my website. It's Marianne, MARIANNM, Gudac, GUDAC.com. I have a blog on there. You can read my blog. Got quite a few blogs on there. Anyway, I'm here to help. And I don't know what my next podcast will be on. I kind of have it in my head, but who knows? Might change at any second. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at my next podcast. Thanks. Bye-bye.